Hello everyone, welcome back to Wirg 101, Stamp Out Your Art with Virginia. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator down here in Sydney, Australia. I'm sharing today with you a tutorial to make these really cute little fan-folded angels. One of my fellow demonstrators, Ellen Budden, showed us how to make these online the other day. And she also shared the YouTube clip by a lady in the UK named Gaynor Boyce. And I've taken these a couple of extra steps further because I found the little heads weren't sitting on the way Gaynor had done it, and Ellen had also said they were a bit hard to get them to hold still. So I've added a couple of extra steps to make these easier. So all you need is 6x6 pattern paper, some scrap, your 1-inch circle punch, and I've also used a 1 3/8 scallop punch. So I've layered the heads on. So this one I used a smaller scallop punch and you can't quite see it, so I've gone and used a bigger one. And this little stamp, this is the Eskimo head, and I thought that looked like a little angel's face. So I masked off the stamp of the Eskimo from the cookie cutter stamp set. That's a photopolymer stamp set, and got the little head. There'll be some photos of how I masked it off. I used washi tape, good old washi tape. So firstly, you need your 6x6 pattern paper, and this is from the In Colours 2018-2020. 6x6 inches. Yes, I'm working in inches today because it's really easy. And the scoreboard is in inches. You don't have to add your little extra metric plate to it in Australia. So I'm just going to sit down and pull out my scoreboard and show you the scoring. Line it up there. And you're going to score at 1/2 inch intervals. So 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/2, 2 inches, 2 1/2, 3 inches, 3 1/2, I can count, 4 inches, 4 1/2, 5 inches, and 5 1/2. So you do that right the way across the whole sheet. Now the extra step that I've put in that makes it a little bit easier to fold is I've turned it once, and I've also scored at 1 inch and 5 inches. Okay, this will become apparent why I've done it in a minute. Then grab your paper trimmer and cut it in half. Here's a paper trimmer I prepared earlier. It's always hiding under my desk. And I'm cutting it in half, so that makes it a 3-inch strip. Straight down the middle. Okay, so you end up with something like this. Now all you're going to do is fan fold it. Now remember, I've put that extra score line in there, which is 1 inch down. You don't need to take any notice of that yet. So fold. This is really quite quick, and I apologize, my fingers are stained because I was using blueberry bushel this morning. So how quick was that? Right, you don't really have to use your bone folder. If you want to, you can. Now this is where the 1 inch score line will come in handy, because you're going to fold it at that 1 inch. So that just helps it fold a lot easier. And just give it a press. And that's one side of the angel. I'll just quickly do the other one. And you can have it either side. You can have stripes, you can have dots. This one is from some floral paper. And don't use cardstock because you will find the folds really stiff. This is bordering on cardstock, but it's Designer Series pattern paper. Now, it doesn't look very even, but trust me, once it's put together, you won't notice. And sometimes I'm a perfectionist and sometimes I'm not. And because this is a quick craft and kids can do it, yeah. So then you're going to fold it again. Fold it the opposite way to the first piece. Give it a squish down. And that is your two sides of the angel. So I'm just going to put some tear and tape on here, and I'll be back in a minute to show you.